As we apply ourselves in helping others, we also help ourselves. This is what makes pitfalls in our journeys become diamonds in our lives. This is a quote from the book Second Chances that I found to be extremely influential and important to me personally. For my future career, I plan on working in the medical field, where I hope that I can use obstacles in my life to have a positive influence on other people. One example that I can think of is Ben Carson. Dr. Carson is a prime example of starting from the bottom, being in the worst circumstances, and working his way to the top without letting setbacks from his childhood hold him back. Growing up, he went without a father, and he was racially discriminated against in school. Other kids made fun of him for being stupid and making bad grades. He was also violent towards other kids because of all of his anger built up inside. He didn't fit in well in school, and his family struggled financially, which also did not help. Carson was able to overcome all of these obstacles and work hard and follow his dreams. He watched as his dreams came true and now uses his negative experiences in the past to encourage others that they can do the same and not to let the cards dealt to you in life determine your future. In his book, Gifted Hands, he spoke about how he is able to encourage other people in their lives. He says, "I made a commitment to myself that at every opportunity I'd encourage young people. As I became more well-known and started getting more opportunities to speak, I decided that teaching young kids how to set goals and achieve them would be a constant theme of mine. Nowadays, I get so many requests, but I can't accept anywhere near all of them. Yet I try to do as much as I can for young people without neglecting my family and my duties at Johns Hopkins." He goes on to describe how he has influenced other people. He says, "Here's an example of how this works. In May 1988, the Detroit News ran a feature story on me in their Sunday supplement. After reading the article, a man wrote to me. He was a social worker and had a 13-year-old son who also wanted to be a social worker. However, things had not been going well. The father had been evicted, then lost his job. He and his son were looking for their next meal, and the world had turned upside down for both of them. He was so depressed that he was ready to commit suicide. He wrote, 'Your story has just turned my life around and gave me hope. Your example inspired me to go on and put my best efforts into life again. I now have a new job and things are starting to turn back around. The article changed my life.' He goes on to say, 'I have also gotten a number of letters from my students in various schools who were not doing well, but through their reading about me, seeing me on television, or hearing me speak, were challenged to redouble their efforts. They're making an attempt to learn things that means they're not going to be the worst that they are, and only the best they can be.' A single parent wrote to me. She said that she had 2 children, one of whom wanted to be a fireman, the other a doctor. She said they had all read my story and had been inspired. Learning about my life and how my mother helped me turn my life around actually inspired her to go back to school. By the time she wrote to me, she had been accepted into law school. Her children had turned their grades around and were doing very well. Letters like that make me feel very good." From Ben Carson, we can see an example of the quote directly that says that in our lives, by helping others, we also help himself. So by doing this, he has also bettered himself and his life and helped other people at the same time. He's turned the darkest moments in his life into some of the best things that have made him and gotten him to where he is today. I can think of a personal situation that I deal with every day, and that tries to hold me back. When I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Diabetes is something that consistently throws obstacles my way, but the way I deal with it is up to me. I could either pity myself and let it destroy my life and constantly stand in my way, or I can choose to let it make me stronger and have a positive influence on myself and my potential patients one day. Thank you.